welcome into the DNVR Rockies podcast, pregame edition. I'm your host, Susie Hunter. We have Yaya producing today. Hello, Yahir. How are you doing?
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited for the Nuggets. I'm excited for Rockies. I'm excited in general.
Whose Nuggets jersey are you wearing today?
I am wearing the original Mr. Nugget, which would be Gary Harris.
Okay.
Surprisingly enough, his nickname is Gary Harris.
Okay.
I thought it was a fun little tidbit.
That's a good tidbit. I like the jersey. I love the rep. You're staying for the game tonight?
I actually am for the first time in a while. I'm actually going to come and have fun today.
You never do extracurricular activities.
I don't, but it's the Nuggets, so I kind of have to.
I love it. Guys, we have such a fun show ahead for you today. We have Sammy Levitt, who is the Padres pre- and post-game host, joining the show in just a couple of minutes. We're going to preview this Padres series. We're going to give you some baseball headlines you need to know, and we're going to go through the best of the week because we have some great moments with a lot of our favorite Rockies this week. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good show. Let's start off with some Rockies news. First little tidbit, Gabriel Hughes, that first-round draft pick, that 10th overall pick from 2022, he made his double-A start, his double-A debut on Wednesday. So he is moving up in the system really quickly. Had a fine start too. Like, he did a fine job. He did strike out the Yankees' #1 prospect. So good on him. Good on him. Also, I mean, as we're heading into June, it is never too early to start talking about the trade deadline and what the Rockies may or may not do. But MLB.com has some opinions on it too. They made a big list of MLB's top trade pieces. Randall Grichuk of the Rockies, he is definitely in there. I'm going to read you the little tidbit from MLB.com. It's been another tough season in Colorado, where the last place Rockies figured to be among sellers this summer. You would figure that, but they aren't always.
I don't think they follow the Rockies.
The Rockies don't adhere to the rules that like maybe other teams do. They just don't.
I mean, logical rules, like the things that make sense to do when you're not good.
Yeah.
It could be.
Like, we have to look at last year when the Rockies were the only team to do nothing at the trade deadline. So I don't believe anything anymore. I'm going to continue reading this little tidbit though. Starter Chase Anderson and reliever Brent Suter could both draw interest, but with the limited number of outfield bats expected to move, Grichuk, who posted a 844 OPS over a 2-week stretch, could become a valuable asset if his bat stays hot. And I feel like it will. Randall Grichuk's been great lately. But yeah, we will see what the Rockies do at that trade deadline. So, do we have, we don't have Sammy yet, do we? We do have Sammy. Oh, let's get him on. Also, yeah, please feel free. Make sure you are hopping in the comments. If you have questions, concerns, comments, any of it, drop it in the comment section. I will be reading them. I'll be addressing it. We're going to talk to Sammy Levitt in just oh, I see him now. Sam, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for joining the show. I'm so excited to chat with you because I feel like we haven't talked in so long. How are you doing, Mr. TikTok star?
I'm doing well. You know, the life of a TikTok star is difficult, but I'm doing okay. Apparently not TikTok star enough, because look at my backdrop here. Nothing. Terrible. And look at yours. I mean, you've got a great setup. So who is the real social media star?
Who is the real social media star? Sam, do your players know that you're famous on TikTok?
I don't think so. I think there are a couple of guys who were in the minor leagues when I was in the minor leagues who saw me do a lot of that stuff. So I think there are a couple that sort of know about it, but no, I think for the most part, and at least to my knowledge, I don't think they do.
That's so, oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay, we need to talk. We haven't seen the Padres. The Rockies have not faced the Padres since opening day. On the Padres side of things, it wasn't the best way to kick off a season with really high expectations. What has changed for the Padres since opening day?
Well, look, it's no doubt been an underwhelming start to the year, and a lot of that lies on the offensive performance. Really, a lack of offensive consistency from this team, with the names in the lineup: Manny Machado, Xander Bogaerts, Fernando Tatis Jr., Juan Soto, Jake Cronenworth. The depth that you felt this lineup could have. To this point, it's been very inconsistent, and really no more inconsistent than it's been the last 9 games or so, where the Padres literally have one game where they score a lot of runs, and then the next game they score literally 1 run. So, look, I think 2 things can be true at once. I think it's been an underwhelming start. The record is what it is. They entered today 4 games below 500, 8 games back in the division. They have some work to do in the wild card race. But at the same time, you have, whatever it is now, 99, 100 games to get this thing right and for this team to perform at the level that everybody thought they would perform at. So, look, it's been an underwhelming start. A lot of that has to do with an offense that has really not clicked on all cylinders at any point for an extended stretch. And that's now what the Padres need to do. They need to prove they can have that offense and this team as a whole click, really, not just for a game or two, but for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks and beyond. And, that's kind of the way it's been the last couple of months. The record is what it is. And obviously that's been below the expectations that not just fans here in San Diego had, but fans and experts and analysts across the country had for this team. So the good news is a season is not decided in 60 games, but certainly through 60 games, it has not been the start that people expected at all.
Well, listen, what better place to kick off an offensive run than Coors Field? The weather's starting to get warm. We already know that the balls fly there. How do you see this series going for the Padres?
Well, look, I think, again, it comes down to the offense. This is a really good opportunity, like you said, for this offense to take off. They had, in my opinion, really one of their best offensive games from a number of different perspectives on Wednesday against the Mariners. They scored 10 runs on 17 hits. The way they did it, their approach was really good. They went the other way. They hit the ball hard. It was the kind of offensive game that you really expected from this team all year, that you expected more days than not from the outset of this season. So the way I view this series, all respect to the Rockies, but obviously they're not playing very well right now. And it's an opportunity for the Padres to go continue that offensive momentum. And this is a series and an environment in Colorado where they should be able to do that and pick up some momentum, pick up some steam. Again, we've said this before about this Padres team. They have not been able to do that in scenarios where you felt like they should be able to gain some momentum. So, look, I view this series as a really, really good opportunity for the Padres. Now we'll see if they can take advantage because, again, to this point in the year, they really have not been able to build literally day after day, one day after another on what their offense has done. So that and until the Padres answer that question and show that consistency offensively, that will continue to be the question, whether the Padres are playing in Colorado or wherever.
Yeah. Let's talk about Tatis because he's back. He's really embracing that villain role. I saw there's a video that was going around on social media of fans yelling stuff to him, and he was just dancing along to it. How has Tatis been doing on and off the field?
Well, I think I'll start on the field. He's been, I think, very good considering the amount of time he missed and not facing major league pitching for whatever it was by the time he came back, a year and a half. Look, he's hit some big home runs. The average is probably a little bit lower than where you'd like, and maybe some of the consistency hasn't quite been, what you'd like. But again, you have to put it in the context of not facing major league pitching in a real sense for how long he was out for. And I think from that sense, he's been pretty good. I mean, he really has offensively. The other part of it, Susie, from an on-field standpoint, is he has been, I think, really, really well beyond what anybody could have imagined in right field. I mean, he has been really good out there, and I don't know if people realize how good he's been. I mean, you can look at some of the metrics as far as his arm, his sprint speed, the ground he covers. I can't recall in my head a routine play that he hasn't made. He's just been really solid, and he makes a lot of plays, and he looks like he's played out there forever. And he played center field a couple of times last week, or I should say earlier this week. Look, he's been really, really good in the outfield. So that's been a big part of it for him as well. So all things considered, I think from an on-field standpoint, he's done a really good job in the first month and a half of returning, and I think he's only going to get better and better. And he's had some really big moments for this team and big home runs already. And if you look at the numbers, they're good, and the defense has been really good as well. From the dealing with the fans and dealing with some of the heckling, things like that. Look, I think he's taking it really in stride. I mean, the dancing and the kind of going back and forth with the fans, in Yankee Stadium and hitting a home run there, and then kind of, looking at the fans and motioning like, hey, you're not talking anymore. Like, that's Fernando. He's fun. He loves the game. I think, he hasn't tried to be anything that he's not, as far as like, oh, I'm going to, take this overly serious, or, I'm going to kind of be this villain type character. That's not the personality he has, right? That's not the joy that he plays with. It never has been. He's always played with this just immense amount of joy, this infectious personality, enthusiasm, right? That's part of why he became so popular. It wasn't just because of what he did in a results sense as far as his performance, but what he did as far as his personality, his flair. So I think he's taken that into the way he deals with all of this, and he's had a good time with it. So I think he's handled it really well, and I think for him in particular, his personality, I think he's handled it the right way. He's had fun with it, and he's accepted that it is what it is, and he's going to hear it, but he's kind of used that infectious enthusiasm personality, I think, to his favor when dealing with a lot of this stuff.
I think you hit the nail on the head with that one. Yeah, he is definitely getting heckled, both for, how good he is, but also, some of the stuff that has happened, outside of, the actual game. But yeah, he definitely has such a great sense of humor about it. I'm so excited to see him out in right, especially because we have like a party bus going to the game tomorrow. We call them our Rockies takeovers, but our section right there in right field. So we're going to be right next to him. We're going to get the best view of Tatis on Saturday. I have one more thing I want to ask you about. Did you realize that Yu Darvish will probably get his 69th strikeout of the season today here at Coors Field on 6-9?
No and no. I didn't think about it being 6-9 until you said it, Susie. So thank you. I did not really have my mind on the total of Yu Darvish's strikeouts, but Susie, now I do. So thank you very much.
He's at 68 right now. So, I mean, it's just a matter of when it will happen today. Probably the first inning. Sammy, thank you so much for joining the pod. Please tell us all where we can follow you on social media.
You can follow me on Twitter, Sammy Lev, SAMMYLEV. Instagram, Sammy Lev, SAMMYLEV. TikTok, Sammy Levitt, SAMMYLEVITT. And that is it. And Susie, thank you for having me. As you know, this was a last-minute video. I didn't shave. I don't have the lighting. But we made it work. So
you look great. Please. Plus, you're a Sagittarius.
No, I do not.
I know you can pull it off. I think you look great. I'm telling you, don't call me a liar on my own show. All right, I will let you do your job, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, Susie, thank you.
See you, Sam. He's such a trooper for hopping in at the last minute, too. He's great. He's my buddy. I've known him since Amarillo, Have you ever been to Amarillo?
Amarillo?
Yes.
Yes,
See,
I have been, and I hate. Sorry if you live there. I hated it.
I've never lived in Amarillo, but like I've spent a lot of time in Amarillo.
I went, and I apologize to anybody that lives there. I feel bad for you.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's steer this ship in the right direction. We got to talk about how great it is being a diehard here at DNVR because, I mean, especially this time of year, especially during the NBA Finals, you need to have a diehard membership to get the best possible experience at the DNVR bar at the corner of Colfax and York. We got the Nuggets playing tonight. It is going to be absolutely bumping in here. We've been calling it Baby Ball because it's like a mini ball arena with the energy y'all are bringing. But listen, diehards are getting, first of all, they're not paying a cover to get into the DNVR bar during NBA Finals. You are getting 15% off of your tab at the bar. You're getting 20% off of everything from DNVRlocker.com. And you are getting 20% off of all of our amazing events, especially the DNVR Rockies takeover that I just mentioned with Sammy just a couple of minutes ago. But we have a great one coming up on Saturday. We still have some tickets available if you are interested, but it's going to be a day game. We are in right field. We are in prime home run territory. We are in great territory to interact with whichever right fielder you want to interact with. If you want to heckle Tatis and see some of that sense of humor he has about it in action, you can do that because we are in the best section for it. It's going to be a good one. But yeah, that annual membership is also getting you a free shirt from DNVRlocker.com. You are getting extra raffle tickets at our watch parties. People are winning prizes at our watch parties. It's crazy. And you are getting all access to our diehards only Discord. And I got to say, if you want to talk baseball or any sport really, it is such a great place to be. All right. Speaking of great places to be, this is such a great place to work because we have a new sponsor. We have Kind Love. We're so excited that we are partnering with them. They are the official partner of DNVR. They're another great local brand. They are one of the OG dispensaries here in Colorado. They've been around since 2010, and they are known for cultivating some of the highest quality cannabis in the state. Authentic genetics, patient grow techniques, and one of the highest quality brands in Colorado. Fully integrated seed to sale. They are breeding their own genetics. They have a controlled grow process. Just incredible products. And also they have this thing called the turbo joint where it uses this crazy technology. I do not understand it, but they hooked us up with that. Did you get a bag? Did you get a gift bag?
So I got a goodie bag, and then Dwayne, our art director, doesn't really consume le marijuana. So he gave me his turbo joints, which I'm really excited about. 100 milligrams each, and you can just stick it into any joint, a cigar, cigarette. It's amazing product.
Oh my gosh, that sounds fun. Yeah, we just got our bag. I was gonna bring it down and like show the stuff, but then I forgot to bring it downstairs to the studio.
Typical Susie.
Typical Suze, like wanted to do something and didn't do it because she forgot.
Yeah, pretty much. Where's Shady Rays?
We want to talk about Shady Rays?
No. Where are your Shady Rays? Probably lost,
in
right?
my bag. They are in my bag.
Ooh, let's go.
I have them. I've been wearing them to the park actually because they're my favorites. Actually, that's our next ad read, but first let me finish the Kind Love. All right, so Kind Love also has, they've got stores in North Denver and Cherry Creek. So if you go in and mention DNVR, you get a DNVR listener exclusive. It is a 25% off of all Kind Love flower, pre-rolls, and the Turbo Joint line. And you can visit kindlove.com to see their full menu before you head in. But yeah, you got to go in person and mention DNVR to get the exclusive 25% discount and find out what the Turbo Joint's all about. I'll let y'all know this weekend. Okay, we mentioned Shady Rays. Oh, did Yaya just put on his Shady Rays? Are you going on camera, my dude? Let's go.
Mexico hat too.
Oh, that is such a good hat. That's the World Baseball Classic hat.
Yup, it's just the all black edition. I couldn't get the pink one with the blue. That's the one I really wanted.
Yeah.
Just nobody has it. Unfortunately.
This is such a vibe right now.
Yeah,
Let's
dude.
freaking go, Yaya.
When the Nuggets play, I gotta step up my game too. It's a full game. Everybody steps up their game in game time.
Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it. I'll tell Alan Trejo you were wearing that hat today.
I don't know how to take myself out.
I'm like, did you want to host the show? Are you trying to take it over? All right, let's talk about Shady Rays. Obviously, Yaya's rocking his. Shady Rays, an independent sunglasses company that offers a world-class product that is just as good as any designer pair out there. They have durable frames, incredible optics, perfect if you just want to look good, perfect if you're on an outdoor adventure. And that's not all. They have the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair of sunglasses is backed by their lost and broken replacements. So if you lose your pair, if you break your pair, they're going to hook you up with a replacement pair, no questions asked. So you can wear your Shady Rays with confidence, because if you break them or if you lose them, they have your back. And if you get your pair and you try them on at home and they weren't what you expected, you can exchange them for a new pair for free or just return them for free within 30 days. There's absolutely no risk when you shop with Shady Rays. Their team always has your back. So yeah, there's a link in the description. Shady Rays. Use code DNVR for that amazing deal.
I took these to Puerto Rico, by the way. So many compliments.
Those are a vibe.
They are a vibe.
Those are
by the way.
honestly the biggest vibe. All right, we are going to get into some baseball headlines that I want you to know about. We mentioned this a little bit yesterday, but Mike Trout is going to serve as the mental health ambassador for Major League Baseball. And this is a cause that is very near and dear to his heart because he lost his brother-in-law. He lost his brother-in-law, Aaron, to suicide in 2018 at age 24. So that opened his eyes to mental health issues. So he and his wife, Jessica, they've been at the forefront of helping others who are struggling with mental wellness. So this is a huge deal. I mean, obviously, this is a huge star taking on this platform. And, we've seen Daniel Bard talk about this. We've seen a lot of other guys talk about mental health, especially recently, but he's making it official with this ambassador role. And he said that it means so much to him, especially because of how close of a person that he has lost to suicide. But he said, quote, "I just feel like it was a great opportunity for me to use my platform. A lot of people look up to me. So to be able to say that and talk to them and give them some help and let people know they're not alone, it means a lot to me," end quote. So yeah, not the first time he has worked with an organization about mental health and mental wellness, but seeing him at the forefront for MLB is pretty freaking great. So good for you, Mike Trout. We love what you're doing. All right. We have to talk about Anthony Bass. Anthony Bass was a pitcher for the Toronto Blue Jays. So Anthony Bass has been all over the news. Sports Illustrated put out a story last night, saying that ahead of the team's Pride Week celebrations, the Blue Jays were planning on having reliever Anthony Bass as part of the festivities, even though he was in a lot of hot water the other week. So he came under scrutiny for sharing an anti-LGBTQ video on social media. He deleted it, but the video was talking about boycotting brands like Bud Light and Target for supporting the LGBTQ community. So he had apologized about it. He'd issued an apology. But the Blue Jays said that the plan was that he was going to be part of the festivities. Not so much anymore because Anthony Bass was DFA'd this morning. He does have a 4.95 ERA. Literally the number 4.95 ERA was trending on Twitter this morning. I was like, oh, what's going on? Oh, it's because of Anthony Bass. Oh, he was DFA'd. So very interesting stuff. I mean, he was apparently slated to catch the ceremonial first pitch before tonight's game against the Twins. So he was going to catch the first pitch.
How do you get that so wrong? As an athlete, as a team, like how? Like, I just don't understand that.
So, I guess his argument is, well, everyone's entitled to their opinions. I just have mine.
fair argument, but when you are a celebrity, when you are out in front of people, you are held to a different level of accountability, unfortunately, but you're
Yeah.
also getting compensated for that level of accountability.
You know, and it's weird to like post a video. I think it's weird to post a video saying to boycott these brands that are supporting LGBTQ causes when you work for a brand that's supporting an LGBTQ cause. They're having a whole weekend of it. So it's kind of a weird look.
It's a very weird look. Again,
That would be like me hopping on the show, be like, don't bet on sports. Like, that would be weird.
also, opinions are very different.
Yeah.
Opinions, they're allowed as long as you don't hurt anybody, but your opinions can't hurt people as well. So you got to be logical with that.
And also, this is a community that you're speaking out against that like already has like so much going against them.
Exactly. So again,
Like people get murdered for their sexuality.
for something that, again,
It does not affect Anthony Bass at all.
exactly. That's why I'm just like, how do you get it so wrong? You know the stances. Like, even if you have that opinion, maybe just hold it in, because you are a professional athlete. You are participating in these
Yeah.
events. You just kind of have to, like, even though I think it's the wrong opinion, you get more scrutiny, unfortunately, but you
Yeah.
are also being compensated for that scrutiny. So
Yeah.
maybe just hold it in.
Like, do you think you're being like so brave, saying like, "Oh my gosh, boycott Bud Light"? Like, is anyone looking at Anthony Bass and being like, "Oh my gosh, what a hero"?
Anthony Bass and Kid Rock, man, I'm telling you, they're taking over the world.
Oh my god, I like never thought I'd be talking about Anthony Bass this much on any podcast. James said Susie never forgets anything. I forget a lot. What did I don't even know what he was talking about. So clearly this argument doesn't work.
Oh, your Shady Rays. If you forgot your Shady Rays, and you're like,
Oh
I didn't
no, I
forget this."
always forget my Shady Rays. Are you serious?
I think it was supposed to be a little bit more tongue-in-cheek kind of comment, but
Oh my gosh. James, thank you for being so supportive of my struggle. I really appreciate it. And we got one more piece of MLB news that I want y'all to know about. Gucci has a new luxury MLB collection. Are these a vibe or are these a lot? Let's talk about it. So here we've got this denim vest with patches of many different teams. Like there's 2 Tigers patches on there. Pirates, White Sox. Like this is a lot. Oh, we got Red Sox in there too.
there's also a Gucci
And there's a Gucci
badge at
logo
the
on
very
there, yeah.
bottom, which is kind of cool. I like that part.
Would
the
you wear
best.
this?
Me personally, yes, I think I could rock this.
I'm into this vest. I'm a big fan.
I have something similar, but with NHL teams.
Oh,
but
okay.
it's not Gucci, I'll tell you that much.
I feel like I could make something like this for myself. Like I could make like my own version of this. But I'm very into the Gucci one. This is like also thousands of dollars.
I was about to say it about $10,000 cheaper.
Yeah, like I could make this like with stuff that I thrifted. Yeah, let's see the next one. This one, okay, I don't get this. Like this, just like a. Is that a picture of Fenway? That looks like Fenway to me, but it's like a black and white stadium picture, just like kind of slapped on the front of a hoodie.
This you could buy this at PacSun for $20. I
This,
bet you.
like I could iron this. I could print out a picture on, the iron-on paper and just like slap this on a sweatshirt. I could make this.
I don't understand Anthony Bass and high fashion, I guess, because I would not rock this.
You know, I don't get it. I don't get it. Let's see the next one. What do we have in here? Oh my gosh. I actually love the Guardians one. So yeah, we've got this like yellow polka dot t-shirt, oversized with the Guardians logo. I don't know why they chose the teams that they did. I don't know. I don't know how big Gucci is in Cleveland.
My biggest, we talked about this earlier, and now that I look at it, I think they chose this one because of the G, Gucci, Guardians. I think it just kind of fit their vision. That's the only thing I can connect it to, like, actually.
Oh my gosh. You know what? That's such a good point, Yaya. That is such a good point. But I'm into this one. I actually personally would wear this. Let's see the next one. This one is kind of like a Hawaiian style shirt, but with a bunch of different team logos all over it. And of course the Gucci logo kind of mixed in there too. I gotta say, I don't see a single Rockies logo in the mix. I don't see a single one. And that is a damn shame.
I would actually rock this too. There's something I actually like. I like big flamboyant kind of logos all over the place.
I like this. Yeah. Like these like busy Hawaiian shirts are really in right now. So like I would wear this too if it wasn't like thousands of dollars. Do we have another one in there?
That's the last one, I believe.
That is the last one.
The only thing I don't like about this one, it's the pocket. The pocket's very low on this thing.
Oh, I couldn't even see where the pocket was just because there's so much going on the shirt.
So it's right where the Texans logo is, right here next to the A's in New York. And there's a Guardians one right underneath the Texans one. It's right there, and it's such a weird place for a pocket.
That's not where a pocket goes. That's crazy. I'm not into it. I'm not into that one as much. Just like the pocket is throwing me off.
The pocket's the one that I also was like, my keys are just going to flop around near my stomach for the rest of the day. I don't think so.
Yeah, like what? Exactly.
Yeah, like just flapping back and forth. Like my turbo joint's going to fall out at any time.
I don't want you to lose your turbo joint from kind love.
I'm not going to spend $10,000 on a Gucci baseball shirt just for me to lose my turbo joint.
I kind of want to make my own version of that denim vest though, because I could get some Rockies patches, some good vintage stuff. I think it could be a vibe.
Oh, it could definitely be a vibe. That's a cool one.
It could definitely be a vibe. Okay, speaking of vibes, we got to talk about FOCO because FOCO is just the absolute best vibe of them all. You can see FOCO stuff all over our set, obviously, but our friends at FOCO are the leading manufacturer of sports and entertainment merchandise. They've got apparel. They have my favorite straw hat. They have a Rockies version. They have a version, I think, for a lot of other teams. They've got accessories, toys, novelty items, and of course, the bobbleheads. They have the best bobbleheads in the game. But it's spring, it's baseball season, we are heading into summer. We mentioned how in those Hawaiian shirts are. They have those Hawaiian shirts for all different teams. They've got straw hats, polos, bags, everything you need for game day. FOCO has it. And as we said, they're always donating stuff to our set. They're helping the cause of us having the dopest set in the game. But yeah, FOCO has our back. For Colorado sports, they have yours too. Get the best gear around by using the link in our description and use promo code DNVR for 10% off all non-pre-sale items. All right, we got to talk about Backus and Shanker. Thank you. Do you know the theme song, Adam? Have you heard it?
Yeah.
You have. Of course you have. I wasn't sure if this was like your first time hearing it, but of course not. Backus and Shanker, our friends at Backus and Shanker. And Yaya's like adding percussion to it. Like, honestly, we have a good vibe going today.
It's a vibey day. It's just a vibey day today.
It's such a vibey day. All right, listen, when you get hurt, Backus and Shanker is here to help because Backus and Shanker wins for Colorado families. They are helping those who are seriously injured in Colorado. They've been doing it for more than 25 years. And the most incredible thing, it is absolutely free until they win money in your case. There is no upfront fee to talk to someone about your case. There's no fee while they work on it. There is no fee until you have money from that case. And they've won a lot. They've won more than $1 billion for their clients. And now they're serving people all over Colorado. They have neighborhood offices in Aurora, Englewood, Fort Collins. And they have the strength and power to win your case too, because they have more than 30 lawyers and more than 100 staff there to make it happen. So Backus and Shanker, they're going to help with all kinds of injury cases where you're not at fault. So cars, motorcycles, ride shares, pedestrians, trucks, all kinds of accidents. They can even help you if you're injured at work. So call them at all two lows, 222-2222 to find out if you have a case for free because Backus and Shanker wins.
Also, if you want to sue, smash the 2.
I'm speechless right now. Did you come up with that?
We do it on the Bronco show, but I brought it into that show too.
If you want to sue, smash the 2. That is good. That is good. Props to our Broncos fam. Y'all are doing a good job. Y'all are good with the bit. All right.
It's a bit all the way around.
We love a bit. We love looking at the best of the week. And let's start off with the Giants have a very interesting bullpen backpack. So this is the backpack that they have like their bullpen snacks in because they're out there all freaking day. But Tristan Beck was wearing this backpack, so I had to go up to Giants PR and be like, okay, what is this? Do you have the tweet?
We lost it, but I can get it back in 2 seconds.
We
That's
lost
my fault,
it. Oh my
people.
gosh, hold on.
The vibes are too much, and I couldn't
There's
handle
so
it.
many vibes today. So it's a
Here
Wookiee
we
backpack.
go.
There it is.
Woo!
So it's this Wookiee backpack. It's like kind of adorable. But basically, the newest guy who's just been called up from the minors, or the newest reliever rather, is the one that has to carry it from the dugout out to the bullpen. And they bring it on the road with them too. So I love committing to the bit, especially because like the Rockies don't really have any bits like that this season. So I'll just appreciate when other teams come to our home and continue their silly stuff. It's cute though. It's like a little stuffed animal.
It does. It does. I feel like if you really commit to it, you should make him dress up like Han Solo, or at least give him the vest and walk.
Oh,
have
just
him walk
throw
around.
on the vest when you're.
Yeah, like just walk around like vested, and I think that's fully committed to the bit.
I like that. I like that. Some other fun stuff this weekend. Connor Siebold on Wednesday. He had a no-hitter going into the 6th inning, and we haven't seen that at Coors Field in a while. But yeah, we had a great conversation with Connor Siebold after the game. Let's hear it.
I mean, preaching it before, and you know, it's pretty clear now. But the changeup, it's been a difference maker, big time.
For you and Austin wins. It just seems like you guys were on point. We saw 3-2 sliders. We saw changeups, first pitch. So, I mean, how was your game plan against the Giants?
It was awesome. I mean, obviously he knows those guys pretty well, and I mean, I kind of just let him steer the ship tonight, and I mean, he did awesome back there. He's nails.
Connor, last time we talked to you after your last start here at Coors Field, you were so frustrated with your pitch mix and with your outing. To go from that to throwing a no-hitter through 5 into the 6th, I mean, how does that feel?
Great. I mean, it feels like it's clicking right now. Pitch mix has been great. Been great games called by D and Winnie recently. So, I mean, I love to keep this momentum going, and yeah, I'll just keep it up.
You were aware of the no-hitter. Any different reactions from the guys in the dugout as far as maybe staying away from you and talking with you less than normal?
Not really. I mean, it kind of seemed like it was business as usual. Not really like anything where guys were like avoiding me or anything. It just kind of felt like they're kind of like, okay, we know what's going on, but good job, like giving me fist bumps and stuff still. So I mean, it wasn't like anything like too blaringly like obvious.
Yeah. With every great no-hitter, there's really good defensive plays, and you were getting a couple of those that probably made it feel like, okay, this is my night.
Yeah, I mean, the catches that Pro made, the balls that were smoked at Moose that, standing in the right spot and got his glove on it, and a few other good defensive plays out there. But, I mean, it was great to see. And then, later in the game, they started just finding holes, and I think that kind of just led to the downfall. But, I got to tip my cap to them because, they kept, putting it where we weren't, and, there's not really much you can do about that.
Rockies couldn't win that one. Just kind of added insult to injury, especially just the freaking Giants, man. They come in, they own the place. But Nolan Jones, he owned his stuff on Wednesday because he hit a massive home run that same day, a 483 footer. Absolutely incredible. I think it's the second longest home run of the season so far. But we had a great conversation with him too. Let's hear from Nolan Jones. Well, you hit, one of the longest home runs we get to see at Coors Field. What was going through your head during that at-bat?
I had a plan, and I got to 3-1, and he threw me a pitch that I was looking for and put a good swing on it.
Nolan, can you just, for those of us who are never going to hit a 483-foot home run, when you connect on one like that and it goes into the second deck, just describe how sweet is that to feel it come off the bat like that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't get to feel them like that often either, but it felt really good. I put a good swing on it, and to hit my first home run at Coors was really cool.
Now, Now, we've seen you at batting practice hitting upper deck home runs in BP. Did you feel like you had one cooking? Did you feel like this was coming?
I was seeing it well tonight. After my first at bat, I told some of the guys I was going to hit one tonight. But, pitchers make good pitches, and sometimes, you get screwed by umpires, things happen. So I got a good pitch, I took a good swing, and I got to hit my first home run, so it was cool.
The home run when you're coming around second and third base and you're thinking about it, if you're thinking about it, in the context of how you've done so far, is that a big lift for you mentally?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that I had some success in AAA, and sometimes it's hard when it doesn't translate immediately to the big leagues. So to put a good swing on a ball and kind of get to watch it fly a little bit is definitely a good feeling.
In a right field, how would you say, how do you feel out there? You look pretty good out there.
I appreciate it. I feel good. I played a lot of right field last year for the first time, and I definitely feel comfortable. I'm seeing the ball well.
Especially in this ballpark, it's pretty tricky. I mean, we've seen a lot of people, a lot of visiting players that have had trouble with that.
Yeah, I think it comes down to, I'm preparing here. I get to see a lot of balls fly in BP and everything. So just trying to do, obviously, not make mistakes out there either, but just trying to do my best to prepare myself every day and take as many reads as I can and right so that I'm not surprised in the game.
No, what's your comfort level between playing first one night and going out to right field on another night? Are you pretty easy with that?
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's easy, but do you feel pretty comfortable with it?
Yeah, I'm learning first base still, so it's a little difficult at times but I've been getting my work there. I've been getting a lot of ground balls there. When the game comes, second basemen have been helping me out with positioning. Shake's been helping me out. So just kind of trying to keep learning there. I feel comfortable in right field, and I do feel comfortable at first base. It's still a learning curve for me, but I think bouncing around is what I've been used to for the past couple years. So yeah, I'm definitely used to it and comfortable.
Nolan Jones definitely been fun to watch, especially these past couple of weeks. Also been fun to watch Chase Anderson. He has had some incredible starts at Coors Field, especially considering he was really thrown into this rotation kind of in a pinch, but he has performed so well. And it's been so great getting to know him too. He has this really touching story that we talked about with him yesterday about how he honors his late father every time he takes the mound. So let's hear from Chase Anderson.
Would you mind sharing again what you have underneath
your
your
for sure.
cap?
Yeah. I just got some perspective stuff. God, family, baseball, kind of how my priorities in my life, some Bible verses, my wife's, my kids' initials, and then my dad who passed away in 2012 when I was in AA, and then my grandmother and my other grandmother. Just have that on there. Just, they mean a lot to me, and they're part of the reason that I'm here.
Have you always done that with every team that you've been playing with?
Yeah, ever since my dad passed away, I just started just a little bit of a, I guess you could say, memento to him in his honor of the sacrifice he did for me growing up, and working 3 jobs so I could afford to play travel ball and do all those things, and very selfless guy. So, Dad was great.
Pardon for
go ahead.
Don't you also dress kind of like your dad on the day you pitch?
At home, yes, at home.
Yeah,
I wear my dad's boots.
Yeah.
Dad's boots.
I remember that from back in your Arizona days.
Yeah. His pink sandwich shirt, his Wrangler jeans on his belt.
Right,
so
right. And
just
and that's a tribute to him.
Tribute to him, yeah.
You've been doing that since
14.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah. The pants are the shirt are getting a little thin over the washing machine, so we got to conserve those.
That's fair.
I was telling Yaya off camera when Chase Anderson was telling us this story about how his dad worked so many jobs to make his baseball career possible. Like I was choked up. I was so emotional. So I love that we get to get to know these guys. He's been a great addition for the Rockies so far. Hey, one more thing I want to mention. So tonight it's June 9th. It's the 24th anniversary of Bobby Valentine getting ejected, but then coming back into the Mets dugout in disguise. This is an iconic moment in baseball history. The fake mustache, where did he find a fake mustache? It's not actually a mustache. He took like the eye black stickers and made a mustache out of them, and that's what he used. And then put sunglasses on, went back into the dugout after getting ejected. Yaya, are you familiar with the story?
I am not. You actually sent it to me, and I was like, who is this? And you told me it's Bobby Valentine. I'm like, what? Like, I did not know about this whole story.
So yeah, this is probably like before you were born, right?
I was 3 years old, about to be 3.
Okay.
So I'm not that young.
You're not that young, but you're pretty young still. So like you wouldn't have remembered this happening.
Oh, of course not.
This is like the most hilarious thing. Bobby Valentine, what a character he is. But yeah, 24 years since this hilarious moment in baseball history. Hey, listen, we have a really cool weekend ahead of us at Coors Field. Friday night. First of all, it's Pride Night at Coors Field tonight, which I'm so excited about. I'm also so excited because there we go. Let's go. I'm also so excited that we have an actual grown-up professional singer singing the national anthem tonight. Cody Qualls, he is a local guy, but he will be singing the national anthem tonight. It's not going to be an elementary school choir. I am so happy.
Susie hates the children.
I don't hate the children. I hate that the children are disrespecting America by not singing on pitch.
It's hard when you're a child. Can you sing on pitch as a child?
Yes. I was in a very competitive choir, and I'm a trained singer,
okay.
so yes, I could.
Different.
Like I'm actually a great singer, as you know from my. I'm the most modest.
No, but that's also really unfair. That's like a professional soccer player saying that kid is not doing it right. At that age, I was doing this. Well, yeah, you have the training.
But you know what? We don't have kids out there playing, professional soccer.
You do though.
But like not kids that aren't good.
You do. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, because you can pay to play. Like, that's what the U.S. says.
No. But here's my issue. I think singing the national anthem at a ballpark is a privilege. And just because it's like a cool experience for the kids doesn't mean the kids like need to be doing it. I think because when I was a kid, you had to like actually audition, and like your choir actually had to be good to perform on that stage.
I think this is Susie's old man take. When I was a child.
When I was a kid, you had to actually be able to sing. So yeah, I got like a little bit of heat for this on Twitter when I was just like, I can't listen to these kids who are off pitch.
I'm glad you did.
But you know what? A lot of people are with me. It's disrespectful to America if you're going to put that performance on.
Some people might say it represents America better just because it's the land of the free, the land of everybody, you know?
Oh, I thought you meant
children.
Like because America's a damn mess right now.
I mean, I could take it that way and it'd be
That's how I took it originally.
If you take it that way, it's kind of true, but it's also, I mean it like, it's the land of opportunity. Everybody gets a right, you know?
I don't know.
I got America on my side. I'm sorry.
I got America on my side. Hopefully Austin Gomber is on our side.
Hopefully
Weird
he has
transition.
America on our side.
Austin Gomber, his last couple of starts haven't been the best, but obviously much better than he was at the start of the season. But yeah, we've got lefty Austin Gomber facing Yu Darvish, and we mentioned he's probably going to get his 69th strikeout tonight here on 6-9. Yes.
That one deserves an air horn because it's just fun.
Yes, it does. Nice. And what else do we have going on? Yeah, 6:40 game. Head on down, get some tickets on Game Time if you want to go. Saturday is a 1:10 game. We still have tickets available for the DNVR Rockies takeover. Get a ticket, grab it now. All you have to do is show up at the bar at noon, and we're going to take care of the rest. You're going to get a ride to the game. We're going to pregame the heck out of you because we're going to give you all the Breck brews you can drink on the bus, and you're getting a free T-shirt. You don't even have to show up in Rockies gear. You just need to show up, and we will give you some gear. How does that sound? And then we've got lefty versus lefty Saturday. Kyle Freeland versus Ryan Weathers. So that'll be a fun day for the DNVR Rockies takeover. And then Sunday, it's a Dinelson Lamet day. So we'll see if this start goes better than his previous start. Because he kind of started to get it a little more like in the fourth inning. Like he kind of got control of the situation. So I hope it's a good one. But he's going to be facing lefty Blake Snell. It'll be a good one. I think it's going to be a really good series. We haven't seen the Padres yet at Coors Field this entire season. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
I think you mean Blake Smell.
Blake Smell?
Blake
Is that
Smell.
what you called him?
That's what we're calling him now. Blake Smell.
Amazing. Yes, Blake Snell. Go out there and stink for us. Listen, follow all of the Rockies updates. We're going to be tweeting every game. You can find all of those updates at DNVR_Rockies. You can follow me at the Susie Hunter on all platforms. Yeah. Do you want people to follow you on social media?
If you do want to follow me on social media, it would be here_Vasquez_ on Twitter. Or DNVR_Rapids if you want to follow another summer sport when there's not any Rockies game.
How are the Rapids doing?
I'm going to mute myself just because I don't want the team to get mad at me.
Got it. All right, guys. We will talk to you post-game on Sunday. Patrick and I will both be back in studio to break down this Padres series. And Yaya, you know what they say about me closing out a show?
I have no idea, Susie.
I have no idea, but I'm just going to say see you later, and we will talk to you on Sunday.